Hello everybody and welcome in today's video. In today's video we are going to have a look at the Bitcoin price action. We got so far rejected from the resistance yesterday. I'm going to talk about what this basically means for Bitcoin and what we can see in the not so distant future. And I also want to have a talk about this chart, guys, which is actually very interesting. It is the entity adjusted dormancy flow, and this chart is basically showing us in the macro perspective where we are right now, and if Bitcoin is long-term looking bullish, if these are basically levels you want to accumulate, or if these are levels you basically want to distribute. So guys, all about that in today's video. With that being said, my name is Jeroen. Welcome to the Blockchain Today, the channel where you subscribe for daily crypto videos. Right now, let's first jump into Bitcoin, guys. And like I've been saying yesterday, I actually thought it was possible yesterday that we could be seeing a breakout. We have seen some tension rising when Bitcoin was going towards that resistance. That was actually very interesting. But as of now, we got a small little pullback, and I think we can actually see quite a big breakout with Bitcoin very soon. I think Bitcoin right now is being squeezed right here between resistance that is coming down right here, but also we got a uptrend support coming in, and we have the support of the falling wedge formation that we are looking at as well. So it looks like that Bitcoin right now is just getting a lot of tension, getting squeezed within support and resistance, and I definitely do expect a big breakout in Bitcoin very soon. And I think we can even already know where that breakout is going to be whenever we are going to see that breakout occur in an momentum indicator like the relative strength index. Like I've been saying yesterday, something like this is possible where we have an uptrend right here and we have a resistance, and whether we are losing that support or whether we are breaking through that resistance is going to be an early signal of what we are actually going to see in the price. That is something that often actually works, and you can also view this in shorter term time frames. Right now we are looking at the 4-hour time frame, but sometimes you can spot this breakout already early on. Still, my opinion, the likelihood for Bitcoin breaking out to the upside is still higher than breaking out to the downside. Honestly, I didn't change that opinion, also not after this small rejection right here. I still think it is more likely to break out right here to the upside rather than to the downside. However, it is a game of probability, so it is always possible, of course, to see that breakout to the downside. Important is that we are seeing those confirmations first in the price, but also in the momentum indicators, right? Either a breakdown right here, or we are going to lose the downtrending support right here in this falling wedge formation, because of course it is always possible to get one more dip and then still see a breakout to the upside when that dip into support is very shortly lived and is being bought up quite quickly. We are often seeing that when Bitcoin is ending a certain pattern. I'm not saying that this is going to happen right now, don't get me wrong, but when we are ending a certain pattern, we are often seeing that we are going into the opposite direction and then have a small little fake out to trap a lot of bulls and bears in that pattern and then go into the other direction. It makes also sense because during this period there's a lot of emotions in the markets that are being squeezed as well, really tight right here, and there are a lot of people that are going into positions and maybe changing their mind late minute, or stop losses that are being triggered and so on. So it makes sense that we are seeing volatility at the end of a certain pattern due to the fact that it is a cluster of emotion and price action, what is all coming together, which always goes with a big bang, most of the time a breakout. So right now I still think probability wise breakout to the upside is higher than to the downside. Downside is possible, but we have to lose the downtrending support right here of this falling wedge formation, which would right now be at roughly 37.4k. I think 37,000 is going to be important. If we lose that level significantly, then or decisively, then most likely we will be in for lower levels. But like I said, probability right now, in my opinion, is still more likely to the upside. Then guys, that is the shorter term time frame. If we have a look at the longer term time frame, and this is actually quite interesting, because as we can see over on Whale Portal as well, the longer term time frame, we are already for quite some time in a fearful sentiment. Also, when you go over on social media, if you have a look at the comment section on YouTube videos, if you go to crypto Twitter and so on, if you look at the funding rates, everything points to a negative sentiment. The majority of the traders are shorting. Majority of the investors and traders expecting Bitcoin to still see lower levels. And yes, just a quite fearful sentiment. But as you guys know, often it can also mean or can work as a contrarian indicator. And I want to show you guys this chart. This is the Bitcoin entity adjusted dormancy flow. And I will read a small text right here. Then we will have a look at the chart. But first of all, to simplify what this chart basically means, is high values, as you can see right here above the black line, suggest that coins that previously had not moved for a long period of time are on the move, and vice versa, which basically means that when we are seeing a high number of the entity adjusted dormancy flow, a lot of altcoins are moving, most likely to exchanges, to being sold. We are often seeing that corresponding with a top in the Bitcoin price. As you can see right here, we topped out in the dormancy flow. We topped out in the Bitcoin price. We topped out here. The dormancy flow right here was roughly the Bitcoin price. So this is a macro indicator, guys. This is not a indicator that you can use for a hourly time frame, for example. That is important to note right here as well. What it basically says is that above the black line right here is entering places where Bitcoin often topped, and below the black line is the zone where Bitcoin often bottoms. And we can see that the bottoms in this green zone right here from the dormancy flow often corresponds with big bottoms in the Bitcoin price. Let's have a look at a couple of them. Right here we have seen a bottom in the dormancy flow was maybe right after we actually have seen the actual bottom in Bitcoin during the first bull market. Then we get right here roughly in 2015 also the bottom in this dormancy flow, with dipping into this green zone and going out of it, corresponded with a bottom in the Bitcoin price as well. Macro, of course, in a macro time frame. Then if we have a look at the 2018/2019 capitulation drop, where we dropped from 6,000 to the lower 3,000 levels, that also came along with a bottom in the dormancy flow. If we have a look at March 2020, that low, that capitulation, also came along with a dip in that dormancy flow in the green zone. And right now we are actually seeing a similar signal. The Bitcoin dormancy flow went into this green zone again, which basically means that a lot of coins are not moving. There's not so much coins are moving as normally when Bitcoin is topping out, when a lot of people are trying to sell. This basically means that we have a illiquid supply, which basically means that this can cause buying pressure on the price of Bitcoin. But take in mind that that is a macro perspective indicator. So this is not for short-term trading, definitely, but this is showing us that in general, in the longer term time frame right here, we are looking at a great buying opportunity for Bitcoin based on this indicator. Also, the tech dev shared it over on Twitter. We can see right here, only we haven't seen that green zone as we just saw in that other image. But here you can see also the dormancy flow had a nice bottom at these levels that we are trading right now, actually basically in the recent period. And in previous period where we have seen a similar behavior in the movement of coins on chain, we were actually in a great buying opportunity. So this is something I just want everybody to think about. If you are extremely bearish on Bitcoin, if you think that Bitcoin can see lower levels, yes, definitely that is possible. I'm not saying here that that isn't possible, but do take in mind that the downside most likely is probably way more limited than the upside. Right now, when you have a look at on-chain statistics, Bitcoin is actually presenting us concerning a lot of models with a great buying opportunity rather than a great selling opportunity, right? We had great selling opportunities right here when Bitcoin was trading above 60,000 US dollars. We also been talking about that on the channel. The moment we lost these all-time highs, that was moments to take profits. But right now is, for me personally, is not a moment to think about taking profits. No, for me right now is a moment to think about getting a bigger position, accumulating Bitcoin, because there are just so many signals right now pointing to a great buying opportunity. But that also, I want to be clear, that also doesn't mean exactly that we cannot see lower levels. No, it is possible. For sure, it is possible to still see lower levels, but definitely if you were trading right here, let's say in 2018-19 and Bitcoin was at 3,800 whatever, and you are waiting for lower levels, that is fine. If you really want to wait for lower levels to maybe come to 3,200 and then accumulate more Bitcoin, that is definitely possible. But do take in mind that if you zoom out in a multi-year perspective, like we are doing with this chart right now, in hindsight, if we are right now, a couple of years ago, right now you wouldn't care so much if you bought Bitcoin at 3,800 or 3,200. Both are great entries. And if you would miss buying Bitcoin because you didn't want to buy at 3,800 because you waited for 3,200 and it didn't came to 3,200, so you basically missed the boat on such a small difference in entrance, then that would be not so nice, right? So guys, the only thing that I'm saying right here is that if you would zoom out right now and you would look back from a couple of years at today's period, I most likely think that you are going to see this as a great buying opportunity for the longer term time frame. But okay guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If so, make sure to smash up that like button. For all the traders that are interested in trading Bitcoin or the regular financial markets or a ton load of altcoins, I'm recommending 3 exchanges down below this video. If you sign up on these exchanges using those specific affiliate links, you can get a bonus of over 12,000 US dollars. These bonuses are specifically for subscribers of the blockchain today. That's why it only works with the affiliate links down below. So if you are interested in that, if you don't have an account yet on one of these exchanges, you can find more information down below. If you are interested in visiting the Will Portal website and use this website, or integrate this website more in your trading strategy, I will leave a link to this website down below. If you have any feedback, by the way, about this, you can also drop it down below in the comment section or send me a message. I'm always open to feedback. And for the ones that don't follow me on Twitter, make sure to follow me over on Twitter. There's also a link down below, because on Twitter I'm also often sharing signals and TA, which might be important, which I'm not always could or would have the time for to make a YouTube video about. So that's very important, guys. Much love to all of you. I want to wish every single one of you an awesome day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.